All right, welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at breaching AD. Should just be a one video, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. So I already started to mess with this guy a little bit. One of the main things I want to mess with him with was the authentication relays, because it could take up to 30 minutes to actually run this authentication relay against the box. So I wanted to make sure that, as we were doing the video, we did that. I did watch a stream where someone was actually going through this, and they never actually got through this part during the stream just because of how long it took. But it can take up to 30 minutes. So we have our introduction to breach to AD breaches. Now, if you're using the attack box, this thing talks you through it pretty well. If you're using your own Kali instance, it's not the best walkthrough of how to get it. What we're going to have to do is we're going to go to wired settings. Now, first thing we're going to have to do is get our IP address up here. Okay, our 10.200.54.101. All right, or whatever IP address you have up there. And we're going to have to go to the wired settings. And from here, we're going to have to check our whatever cable's plugged in. So Ethernet 1 for me, right? IPv4. Now, we have to actually look at our DNS, like right here. And we have to add in that 10.200.54.101 as our DNS. Make sure automatic is clicked off. And then add in something like 8888 for Google to be able to still get out to the internet. All right. So that's how that works right there. Once you add that in, then you can go ahead and you can try to ping. Let's see if I can remember the thm.dc.zada.tryhackme or just zada.tryhack. Actually, I did NS lookup for it, didn't I? NS lookup zada.tryhackme. And if we get back, hey, we have an IP address, that means you're good. All right, your DNS server is working correctly. So, as I stated, I already started messing with this guy. This is actually running the responder attack down here. I have SMB turned on because if it is the LMNR poisoning, SMB server should be turned on. I also did with attack W, mine up here. I did mine with attack W to turn WPAD on also. And as you can see, I'm going through tunnel 0. So if I do an ifconfig, tunnel 0 is what I'm connected with. Now remember, this is a network, so you do have to download a network VPN. Right, whenever you go to access or whatever else in here, right, we would go to access, then we can download our breaching AD VPN. Okay, but now we're on here. The very first part is just about all that. Okay, connecting everything. I also already did the LDAP portion of it to actually put in the files and everything to download what I need for that. I never saw this part like right here. So if you don't see this, I just kept clicking OK and freaking made an administrator password and everything like that. I never got to there. Okay. But yeah, you just follow this guy and you'll be able to go through that and you'll do it just fine. You do have to make this file like right here. So if I actually do an lstack.la, you can see I made that file in this directory for breaching AD. If I cat that file, we can see the file like right here. Now when I very first did it, I actually messed up. I copied and pasted it, and I had a space like right here. You cannot have a space. But I had that space. It was like, hey, we can't run. We don't know what you're talking about. I then made it without that space, and it obviously ran just fine. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. All right. Open source intelligence and phishing. Okay. We can't really do much with this part. Read through it and everything. Popular website to verify if your email address or password has ever been exposed publicly or disclosed data breach is Have I Been Pawned? All right. Let's go ahead and let's start up with our net NTLM relays. So net NTLM relay, right? For this one, like right here, we're actually doing a Python password spray. And he gives us a password of changeme123. Now that is not absurd, like right there. I've seen a lot of networks, at least I told you I work on networks, where people, they'll make a bunch of logons for people and they'll have different rights and things like that, or route or some of that. And the password will be change me or change me123 or something like that. So then everyone can log on and they change their password. Well, if the person never logs on or if they just never change their password, well, then we can utilize an attack like that. So let's go ahead and start off with this, right? I already made a file for this. All right, I already made an NTLM password spray.py. I just copied that and pasted it. So if I do a cat NTLM password spray.py, we have it right here, okay? And if I do a Python 3 NTLM password spray.py, we're going to use username.txt, which you get from right here if you download the file. All right, obviously make sure you bring it over to your directory that you're working at that time. All right, so usernames.txt, the fully qualified domain name, za.tryhackme.com, a password, change123, so right now we're doing password spraying, right? And we want to attack NTLM auth.za.tryhackme.com. Now, another thing, if you actually put everything into your DNS, for your DNS server, then you don't have to put these guys into your Etsy host, okay, or anything like that. So just so you know. We hit enter, and that's going to start a password spray attack. Now, I did this, and I was like, couldn't I also do this with aircrack-ng? So if we do control, let's go ahead and look up aircrack-ng. And let's start with WinRM. Let's make sure that WinRM is even open on this box. Do an mmap, attack P, 5985, right? Look for WinRM. And we'll do it for NTLM.za.tryhackme.com. Okay, we'll attack that guy, right? Oh. Maybe I don't need .com at the end. It's just like that. Let's go ahead and ping. Let's go ahead and do our NS lookup again. NS lookup. I just did it like that not too long ago too. That's what's funny. For this guy like right here. Go ahead and grab his. Messed that up too, didn't I? Let's go ahead and just do it like this. Or did the box actually time out? Oh, box I gotta do za. There we go. Okay, so we can just try something like this. And that map against that guy, I guess. 5985. Let's try that. Alright, and it is up and running, right? So, very first thing I did was I did aircrack-ng for WinRM. Okay. And if I enter here, well, attack H for help. Okay. If I look up some help here, right, we can see that, hey, we can throw in the target first off. We can throw in a username, password file, everything like that, right? So let's go ahead and do the target. Okay. Or we can also do the NTLM or za.tryhackme.com, I believe also. But we'll go ahead and we'll throw in the IP address for the target. And then we'll say our password file, tech u is usernames.txt. For our usernames, password files could be change me123. Okay. And that should be about it. Let's try that like right there. Might need to put in domain, but we'll find out. So we'll run aircrack-ng against this guy with WinRM, because we know that evil WinRM is up and running, right? And we did get some passwords over here also. We did get some guys that, hey, these passwords worked. Okay. So we got one like right there. We got Holly Powell or whatever. Okay. We got quite a few people in here, right? Change me123. Okay. Now here's the thing though. We're not getting it over here. Why? Well, maybe those users aren't in the remote group to be able to use WinRM, right? Maybe they're not in those different groups. Okay, so just because you ran a WinRM against it doesn't mean that, oh, well, it doesn't work. Let's try it with SSH. Let's see if these users can get in through SSH. So just because you run one thing against it, they may not be a remote management users group. They could be in another group. They could be in an SSH group or some of that. But aircrack-ng also works just the same as we did that Python 3 attack up there. There you go. All right. What we can also do is a crack map exec SSH tech H. Let's do a help for this guy. And we can do a continue on success. So even if it works, hey, I want you to keep going, right? I want to see other stuff, you know, that might be on there, things like that, right? So we're going to look at other things. We're going to try to find out if other people are able to log in or whatever else. But our Python, that script that they did give us, that did work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people in here that can log in, right? We should receive the same amount over here. I believe it was 4 over here also. But we can use SSH. Maybe we can use SMB or something like that, right? Maybe we can try with SMB. So let's try with... Now, SMB did not seem to like to continue on success. That was one thing that I saw. We can try with that and see what's going to happen. So we just don't want to stick to one thing. That's my biggest thing, like right here I'm trying to explain. We just don't want to stick to one tool. We want to stick to more than one tool and see what are they able to log in with, right? There we go. Okay. So the SMB one found Holly Powell, but as soon as it tries to continue going, it has a problem. So if I were to do this, I would go like usernames.text. What is it? Yeah, usernames. Why is it going username like that? Usernames.text. Oh, nano usernames.text. And I would probably like get rid of Holly Powell or some of that. You know what I'm saying? I would do something like that. And then I'll go through it again. Just because it seems to have a problem with continual access success for SMB within aircrack-ng. But that might just be my version. I don't know. But we do see that we got 4 different people here with change.me123 still as their password. All right. So Gordon Stevens, third one, right? So then we go to that website, right? And we put in the authentication information that we found, right? And we see hello world. So can we refresh this? Or just save my password? Save my password, whatever. All right. Let's see here. Now we got Heather Smith. So I would obviously put a pound sign in front of Holly Powell or Heather Smith, and I'll just keep going like that. All right. That would just be me. That's what I would do. Okay. And since it's having a problem with SMB, now let's see who I could log in with as SMB, right? Let's see if the responder picked anything up yet. Not yet. Can take up to 30 minutes. All right, next one is LDAP buying credentials. Okay, so like I said, I already set up the LDAP server and everything. If you follow this guy, you'll be able to set them up. It's pretty easy. All right, my Callias doesn't like the and stuff, so I just do one at a time. I do that one, and then enable it, right? I think I also have to type in start /d, so I did have to do a sudo sysctl start /d. I didn't get an error back or anything, but it wasn't working for me in the beginning. Then I typed that in and it worked just fine. And remember also don't put a space here. So if you were to copy and paste this guy, don't put a space at the top, right? We then run this command like right here. This LDAP modify tac y external, tac h LDAP, LDAP I, all right, tac f. Where's the file at? And then restart that, right? Now, when I did that, I didn't really get much. That's just showing me that, hey, my file did work, right? And now it doesn't want to do that anymore. So now it doesn't want to do that anymore. But let's see here. But it should show you that it is plain or whatever. It should show you that it's going to be. Oh no, excuse me. Is this probably right here? That's to patch our LDAP server so that it comes back as plain text. So if we copy paste this guy like right here. All right, we see that it is plain and then login. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the plain text password for our login, right? Now from here, can I start that in or something? Like a tac help or anything like that? I wasn't actually able to see anything within here. Didn't make anything, right? Directory, syslog event, user to run as. So I didn't see anything in here to actually start it up. But what I did was I went ahead and I did a TCP dump. All right, which comes through kind of ugly. And let's go ahead and look at TCP dump real quick. All right. And it says that we are going to be using a TAC S and a TAC X. Let's go ahead and see what those are. Capital S and capital X. Which this isn't really showing me much here now, is it? Let's see if he explains what those two do. TAC S and X. Also, with something like this, to capture it off a printer, you do need administrative privileges to that printer, just so you know. But capital S and capital X aren't really being explained here now, are they? So let's go ahead and look up TCP dump. Let's see what it says. And it's going to take longer because it's got 2 different DNS servers on it. Remember? So you can always look at the man page for it, huh? The manual. Looking for attack capital S. Attack S. Okay. Absolute TCP sequence numbers. Print absolute rather than relative TCP sequence numbers. Okay, so that's to see the sequence numbers. Then what does attack X do? Attack X is when parsing and printing, in addition to printing the headers of each packet, print the data of each packet. Mine's this link level header. Okay. So that's to be able to print the data of each packet. So that's to see, hey, what TCP string are we on, and also the data of that packet, right? Then obviously our tunnel interface, attack I will be our interface tunnel, TCP port, then the port, right? We'll copy that, we'll paste it over into here, and we are on tunnel 0, right? I'll go ahead and we'll do that. So now TCP dump's now looking at port 389, and it's going to print off the information that we need, right? Or that we want to see. So if we go over to printer.za, if we keep following the instructions here, it tells us to go over to printer.za, and obviously the server, we're going to put it in as our IP address, right? ifconfig 1050.52.52, and we'll go to test settings. Now you may have to do this a couple times before it actually sends anything through here. Test settings. We're just kind of waiting to start seeing stuff start to come through here. That's all we're doing. There we go. We start seeing stuff coming through, right? So as it comes through, what we're going to be looking for is a za tryhackme.com/service, SVC. That's what we're going to be looking for, like right there. After that, we get, hey, the service is LDAP, right? And then tryhackme LDAP pass1 @. That's the password right there. That tryhackme LDAP pass1 @. All right, so that's going to be your password, like right there. Easy day, right? Keep going. And authentication relays, we are working on that right now. See, nope, nothing came through yet. So we don't have anything down there yet, so nothing came through. So can take up to 30 minutes. Let's see here. I've only been up for 17 minutes, so hopefully we get something. If not, I do have LLM-ng poisoning on another video. When I was doing the PMPT prep videos, I do have LLM-ng poisoning on those PMPT prep videos. So, all right, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. Let's go and see what this is all about. Organizations you deploy. You can have your IT personnel using DVDs or even USB flash drives running around installing software on every single machine. Obviously not. Luckily, Microsoft already provides the tools required to manage the estate. However, we can exploit misconfigurations in these tools to also breach Active Directory. MDT and SCCM, so Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, and the Microsoft service that assists with automated deployment of Microsoft operating systems. Large organizations use services such as MDT, so Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, right, to help deploy new images in their estate more efficiently, since the base images can be maintained and updated in a central location. Okay. Usually MDT is integrated in Microsoft System Control, so Microsoft's System Center Configuration Manager, SCCM, which manages all updates from all Microsoft applications, services, and operating systems. MDT is used for new deployments, essentially allows the IT team to pre-configure and manage boot images. What is that, Pixie Boot, right? We're going over Pixie for that, I believe. Yep, Pixie Boot. Large organizations use Pixie Boot. Pixie Boot allows you to be able to boot over IPv4 or IPv6, just so you know. And it'll download everything and all that good stuff. You can actually have just a computer set up to be the Pixie server if you want to. Now, obviously, on a large organization, that's not going to work, but you could do it if you really, really want to. Okay. Usually, you use the TFTP to request each of these BCD files and enumerate the configuration for all of them. However, in the interest of time, we will focus on the BCD file of the x64 architecture. Copy and store the full name of this file. For the rest of this exercise, we'll be using this name placeholder. Okay, x64, blah, blah. Since the files and their names are being generated by MDT every day, each time you see this placeholder, remember to replace it with your specific BCD file name. All right, so we're pretty much going to try to grab the image, I think, for PXE boot. Let's see here. So we'll go to the website pxeboot.za.tryhackme.com. Let's go ahead and head over there. And sure enough, we do see them. And we have our x64 blah, 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 like right there, .bcd file right here. All right, directory not found, okay. What would you like me to do with that? With this initial information we now recover from DHCP, wink, wink, we can enumerate and retrieve the PXE boot image. We will be using our SSH connection on THM-JMP1 for the next couple of steps. So please authenticate to this SSH session using the following. To ensure all the user network, you can use SSH start by creating a folder. Okay, let's go ahead and do that first then. Let's go ahead and SSH into it and we'll see what to do from there. Yes, and the password was password1 @. That was familiar. All right, and we are in there. Okay, to ensure that all users on network can SSH, start by creating a folder with your username and copying the Power PXE repo into this folder. Okay, so we're going to CD in documents, make a directory. So let's go ahead and CD in the C drive first. Make sure that Power PXE folder even exists, since this is a network machine, so other people are on it. Power PXE is in there. CD into documents, or CD into users. TH whatever, J. Where are we here? This is just THM? THM, okay. THM, document. And then we're going to make a directory with our username, right? Let's go ahead and make directory. Caret. CD into caret. Nothing in there. And then we'll go ahead and we will copy our C Power PXE. So copy C Power PXE over into C users into our directory, right? Or we could just say right here, huh? dir. And there we go. There's powerpxe.ps1. Okay, so we have a PowerShell file, obviously. The first step we need to perform is using TFTP and downloading our BCD file to read the configuration of the MDT server. TFTP is a bit trickier than FTP since we can't list files. Instead, we will send a file request and the server will connect back to us via UDP to transfer the file. That's why whenever you're working on a router or stuff like that, if you have to TFTP a image over, that's why you're technically supposed to only have one image on there whenever you have to transfer an image over. And yeah, the images can also mess with each other, but I've definitely had to do this before with routers and trying to transfer an image from one router to another. It is miserable. Hence, you need to be accurate at specifying files and paths. The BCD files are always located in the temp directory on the MDT server. We can initiate the TFTP transfer using the following command in our SSH session. TFTP tag I, the THM MDT IP, which is going to be our THM MDT IP, which is 10.254.202. Okay. So let's start this guy off. We'll go ahead and we'll copy this, get, and then we need to put in that get request, right? We're going to call it comp.bcd. Let's go ahead and put this over here for now. And we're going to put in our IP address, right? Tag I, the THM MDT IP is going to be 10.254.202, 10.200.54.202, and we're going to get /temp TMP, and then whatever the BCD file is called. So let's go ahead and copy it straight off the site here. This x64 boom 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 .bcd file. Okay. And we're going to call it comp.bcd, right? So let's go ahead and copy all that. Throw him over here. And enter. Let's see what happens here. Okay, finish in 1 second. dir. We do have a comp.bcd file now, and there is some type of data in there. cool. We did that part of it. Okay. You have to look up, okay, which let's look up. We could do that. We could have done that also. With the BCD file now recovered, let's go ahead and do that. Just so, you know, if we didn't look up top, we could just look it up, right? And 10.254.202, which is exactly what we did. Cool. With the BCD file now recovered, we'll be using PowerPXE to read its contents. PowerPXE is a PowerShell script that automatically performs this type of attack, but usually with varying results. So it's better for a manual approach. We will use the get_win file function of PowerPXE to recover the locations of the PXE boot images from the BCD file. Okay, so now we gotta do now we gotta hop into PowerShell. PowerShell attack EP bypass. Okay, still in the same directory. So now we want to use /PowerPXE. Okay, make sure that guy's in there right. And then from here, we're going to do a $BCD file equals that. So all we're saying is that, hey, whenever I call for BCD file, it's going to equal comp.bcd. That's all we're telling you right there. Kind of like whenever I do $sets, it's just calling for that session, right? Then we're going to do a get_win file BCD $BCD file. So obviously get_win file is part of the PowerPXE.ps1 script there. So if we do a type PowerPXE.ps1, we can see a lot of crap. All right. But if we scroll up to the top, it should tell us what we're able to do, what we're not able to do, and stuff like that, right? Oh, that's make directories, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Encoding compression, great. All right. Dial file with the TFTP. Export win path, get win file right there. Right, host parse the BCD file, $BCD file. So we might actually just be able to do, in all honesty, might just be able to do get win file, and it might be able to do it because it's saying to do these things like right here. So let's just try a get win file. Whoops. Get win. Oh my God. Get win file. There we go. Let's try that. Cannot validate argument. Okay, that's good. Get win file. All right. Attack BCD file is going to be $, and we name that BCD, right? Or do we name it BCD file? We need a BCD file. All right. So supposedly we found it. Identify win file. Boot x64 images light touch PE x64.win. And supposedly we got that file now. PXE boot image location. Win files are bootable images in the Windows imaging format, Win. Now that we have the location of the PXE boot image, we can again use TFTP to download this image. Ah, okay. So we're going to use, so this is like where it's pulling from, huh? Got it. So now we need to download that image like right there. All right, let's try it. So we're going to do a TFTP attack I 10.200.54.202, right? Get there, and we're going to name it pxeboot.win. And we'll see what happens with that. Oh, was doing black box 2, and it has a lot of Git stuff. I had to look up for the solutions that made sense, but it has nothing to do with the rest of the course. Hope the exam is more in line with what was presented. Well, back in the day, the black boxes were harder than the actual course. So, or the black boxes were harder than the test itself. But I've yet to take the EJPT version 2. Don't know if I'm going to or not, because I already have EJPT. But to me, it looks like it's going to be more, like I feel like there's going to be actual users on it. So I feel like there's actually going to be, you know, different users on it. I feel like there's like, so when I took EWPT, right, the web penetration testing one, there's users on the box, users. Okay, there's automated users, right? And I feel like EJPT version 2 now is going to have automated users. And I feel like, you know, maybe LLMR poisoning might be a thing, maybe man in the middle 6. I don't know if they teach that at all in that class. But I feel like it might be something to do with LLMR poisoning, or, you know, something along the lines of, what is it? NTLM relay, things like that. So I feel like it's going to be stuff that an automated user would do and things like that. This guy's taking a minute also to get. Does it say it's going to take a minute? This download will take a while. Okay. Maybe stretch your legs, grab a glass of water while you wait. Oh, man. Oh, it took him 218 seconds. If I could do math, that's a long time. 2 minutes is 120 seconds. I don't know that much. 3 minutes is 180 seconds. This guy still has yet to actually pull anything. Like I said, I was watching another stream and he was never able to actually pull anything with that either. Supposedly every 30 minutes something goes. We do have SMB server on, and it is for a LLMR poisoning. At least that's what the whole thing talks about. So it is for that. So SMB should be on for LLMR poisoning, as far as I remember. Yeah. Good luck on that box. Which one? This one like right here, or this guy like right here? The LLMR poisoning one? Sorry, I asked so many questions. What network protocol is used for recovery of files from the MDT server? What network protocol? TCP or UDP? What network protocol? I don't know what network protocol is used for recovery of files from the MDT server. The only place they say recovery is right there. DHCP? They're talking about? That's a networking protocol. Nope, okay. You're talking about TFTP? I mean, that's a networking protocol. Yes, okay. What is the username associated with the account that was stored in the PXE boot image? We'll never know. Oh, hey, it fit. Ours finished faster. I think it did. What does he take? He took 218 seconds. Ha! 175 seconds. We are so fast. Man, we gotta slow down. We're like flash, speed McDash. What is the username associated with the account that was stored? Oh, I don't know. We're still looking through this, aren't we? Okay. So we got the PXE boot image location now, right? We downloaded that, right? Now we have recovered the PXE boot image. We can exfiltrate stored credentials. It should be noted that there are various attacks that we could stage. We could inject a local administrator user. So we have admin access as soon as the image boots. That would be nice. We could install the image to have a domain joined machine. If you're interested in learning more about this attack, you read the article here. I am interested, but I'll read that off stream. This exercise will focus on a simple attack of just attempting to exfiltrate credentials. Again, we will use PowerPXE to recover the credentials, but you could also do this step manually by extracting the image and looking for the bootstrap.ini file. Actually. Oh. And I got excited. Okay. I was hoping the bootstrap.ini file would be there. So we're going to do a get find credentials now for pxeboot.wim, right? Get find credentials for the attack win file pxeboot.wim. And we'll see what happens here. And we can see that he is running. Got a nice little thing up here. All right. As you can see, the power pictures they've recovered the AD credentials. We now have another set of AD credentials that we can use. Well, hopefully. We don't see it yet, but suppose we do. All right. So for root user ID is service MDT, and we do get a nice little password down there. So what is the username? I believe it is that. What is the password? I believe it would be this. PXE boot secure 1@. You know, if this was an actual network, I would just start putting in the exact server name and saying 1@ or whatever it did, and then just 1@ sign. All right, so we are done with that guy, like right there. Let's go ahead and hop over into configuration files. You know, Frick, I don't like that you said good luck on that box. Does this thing, like right here, does this LLM-R not actually work? It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. The LLM-R poisoning is not going to work, is it? Because we've been streaming now for 36 minutes and we have nothing back. So we should have definitely seen something by now. So if it is supposed to work, it is not. We know that. You know what we could do is we could always just go in there and just put us. Well, no, that's not going to show us much, is it? We actually want the credentials that they have, huh? It's probably going to be LLM-R 1@ sign. Was the usually supposed to be a challenge that was captured? 1 second. We could probably actually answer these questions. Because I saw someone else having these same issues with this one, like right here. So if this one was PXE boot secure 1@, right? This one was LDAP, whatever, right? That was his username, right? It was LDAP something, right? I don't know. It's probably like NTLM relay or something like that. No? Okay. Configuration files. So I'm going to check these guys out, like right here. Let's go ahead and download these file tasks first. McAfee site list password decryption.zip. Alright, sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. Exit out of here. And let's go ahead and move from downloads McAfee. Yep, it's right here. And we'll unzip that McAfee. Okay. And we do get a little, if we cd into the McAfee, we do get a nice little password decryptor.py. Okay. And a hard-coded XOR key. Oh, really? A hard-coded XOR key, huh? Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this guy. The last enumeration avenue explored in this network is configuration files. Suppose you were lucky enough to cause a breach that gave you access to a host on the organization's network. In that case, configuration files are an excellent avenue to explore and attempt to recover AD credentials, depending on the host that was breached. Various configuration files may be of value for enumeration. Web applications, service, registry keys, centrally deployed applications. Several enumeration scripts such as CPL can be used to automate this process. Huh. Okay. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I think I was supposed to go into here. Yes, I was. Okay. The MonDB file stored in a fixed location. Okay, so let's go ahead and SSH back into that guy. I already forgot his password. Guess I wasn't supposed to exit out because I got too excited. Hop back down to here. Configuration files. And we already unzipped and everything. Where's it actually saying that? See program data, McAfee, agent DB. So we need, first off, we even need write or read access to that. So C program data, McAfee, agent DB. Okay, and yes, we do have that. So let's go ahead and SCP it over. SCP, well, we can actually do it from our box over here, can't we? Okay, so we're going to SCP THM at, whatever the heck this is, at there. All right. .za.tryhack, or yeah, .za.tryhackme.com. And then where's the file at? It's right here. /ma.db. All right. And where do we want to put it at? Right here, I believe. I believe that should work right there. And we might have to put in his password. Yep. Which was not very good at this, am I? Go ahead and hop back down to here, configuration files. And, oh God. Exit itself out, isn't it? There we go. Booyakasha. Hear to me now. Alright, there we go. What? Well, yeah, last time you didn't look for it, this time you did 2 of them. See? Program data, McAfee, agent DB, ma.db. How do you do it over here? Okay, same that way that I did it. Okay, why are you doing it like that now? So if I get rid of these guys, then it's like, oh, no. Now we're just exiting out of it. Man, I'll just probably put quotation marks around it. If it doesn't work this time. Yeah, okay. You're just being an asshole now. SCP's just kind of being a dick now. There. Why'd you try to get it from there? That's literally not where we're trying to get it from. What are you doing? There's not 2 things in there. Anywhere on there, there's not 2. Okay, you're starting to piss me off. SCP. I don't understand why SCP just decided to add in its own like little thing right there. SCP, what are you doing? That was good. I'll just gonna copy and paste this one. It was the same exact thing. Oh, did I put my slashes the wrong way? Well, I didn't according to Windows, but I did according to Kali. There we go, okay. So according to Kali, I put my slash the wrong way, even though according to Windows, I did not. Okay, LSTech LA, there's our ma.db, right? Now we should have to run that Python script to get it, right? Oh, we can do an SQLite browser on it. Using the SQLite browser, we select the browse data and focus on the agent repositories table. Okay. ma.db, which is the database. And which table do they want us to focus on? The repositories? Agent repositories table? Yep. Okay. Repositories. Boom. Okay. I'm burnt. Got sunburn. Nice. Itch everywhere. Alright. And if we have that, okay. Particularly interested in the second entry focusing on domain, authentication, and user. Why'd you just do that? Why are you all weird now and stuff? What happened? You're annoying. Stop being weird. Repositories. Authentication user? Is that what it's talking about? Second entry focusing on domain, auth user, and auth password field entries. Make a note of the values stored in these entries. Field is encrypted. Auth user, domain. Domain is domain.txt. It's not very helpful now, is it? Can I like look at it? Browse data? Okay. Browse table. Ah! Right click, browse table. URL, namespace, server IP, server name, port, path, domain. There you go. Domain is no. There we go. Okay, so right here, huh? SVC AV. Password is encrypted. Is password encrypted 1? I guess that means yes. I wonder if we change that to a 0, what happens? If it just unencrypts the password. Alright, so yeah, we found that. Descriptor or basics for encoded and encrypted password. Descriptor will provide the decrypted password. Ah, okay. So we need the password, huh? So I want you. Wait, if it's base 64, can we just... What just happened? What the heck just happened? No, don't apply that. Did I copy it? Press Control C. And like delete it. Okay, I did not copy it. So maybe I need to right click. Okay, I'm just gonna exit out of here. I don't really know how to use this very well. Obviously, right click, browse table, go over into here, all the way over. But this is base 64. Can't we just like unencrypt it? Copy that. Can we just do like an echo? Is it base 64? No, it's not base 64. Okay. So now we have to run that Python script against that hash, right? So we do like Python, probably 3 I'll take. Take it. Boom, boom. Do we have to actually put that hash in? Yep. Or is it just Python? The hell? Python. Oh, that's annoying. So it does. It needs Python 2 for it. But if I type in Python, it should be running Python 2. Python 2. Okay. So we don't have a module in here. Decrypted password instead of 80 credentials, okay? But we don't actually have scripts calling for stuff that we do not have. So how do I get crypto cipher? Crypto cipher, Python 2. Man, this is slow now. That's a table. Whoopsie daisy. Alright. PyCrypto. Pip install PyCrypto. Maybe I just don't have it. Alright, yeah, I just didn't have it. Oh, that's not good. Got a lot of errors in here. Maybe I gotta do a sudo. I noticed there was an error. Let's still try to run it, see what happens. Okay. Means you can't write to those locations, maybe? I spelled my password wrong. There we go. Or maybe because of our in 2022 and we're still writing things in Python 2. Maybe that's why it reached its end of life over 2 years ago. Maybe that's what the problem is. Okay, so I don't think we'll be able to do that because I don't have PyCrypto on here. And we can't import Crypto Cipher. Isn't it like, I thought it was pip3 install. Easy install? Is that really a thing? I feel like that's not a thing. Oh god, that's depreciated also. Removed future versions. Do I not have that installed? Now we're down. Subscript exit with error command. Boom, failed with exit. Okay, so that obviously didn't work. So sudo pip install crypto. See if that works. Okay, so that did something. Now we'll try that. PyCrypto. And that did not work. I feel like I know why. Pip3 install PyCrypto Dome. Okay, let's try that. Why is pip3 not working? Was it? It's like Python 3 tac pip, right? Apt install Python 3 tac pip 3. Is that it? Yeah, so it's there. So why can't I do anything with pip 3.10? What was I thinking? All right, let's try that. It's doing something. It's building a wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just let the maker of PyCrypto know that. Okay. Running pip as the root user can resolve broken permissions and conflicting behavior of the. It's recommended to use a virtual environment instead. Okay. Well, I think I just broke it. Thanks a lot. And decode that guy. Okay. Line 19 in module key equals that dot decode. This is hex. String object has no attribute decode. Did you mean encode? No. I meant decode. Or did you say good luck because of this, Frank? I think we would have this down by now, you know? That didn't work. Alright, well, I don't think this is actually going to work for us right here because supposedly well, that's fun. Let's try to throw this guy in the actual file itself. I can't even do that, can I? That's annoying. Yeah, this has usually been Python. This is not Python 3. I wonder if we can get a Python 3 McAfee. Decryptor. Let's try that. It's definitely just regular Python, huh? Okay. Oh, not really much else I can do here now, is there? Regular Python doesn't work anymore. I can't install that package. Just gets a whole bunch of errors whenever I go to install it. Error command. Let's see what this is all about. Probably like my build, isn't it? Like Kali Linux, huh? Okay, let's see what this is all about. Okay. Let's try that. That was good. That was good. That's all I'd see. Let's try this. We are using 2.7, so let's try this. That's already there. Okay. Just in case we need to use Python 3. Let's do it. Okay, it's already there. greenlit something else saying to install. Good. Good. That's why I see like right there. I wonder how old this post actually is. You get 195 upvotes, you know that's a pretty old post. I feel like we already installed greenlit though. I feel like we've done that before. Okay. Hey, we did it. You need to install these packages. Well, if you can't. All right. Awesome. Okay, Python 2.dev. That worked. I wonder if after this package you should do Python 3.dev. Alright, let's install it. I'm going to take a quick break. So he looked like he installed. Let's try to run. This guy again. All right, we're getting somewhere. Let's try to run this guy again. Heyo, we got somewhere. All right, so we got that password. Crushing it. We'll just say crushing it. Crushing it. All right. Obviously, I do a little bit extra there. So I'm kind of glad that happened. Now you guys see what to do there. What's the name of the McAfee database? Oh, what type of files often contain stored credentials on hosts? Well, we cracked the password. I don't know that much. What was the username? I actually didn't even look. We should probably look at that too, huh? mon.db. Looking at repositories. Right click, browse table. Actually, the username is svcav. So let's go ahead and throw that into here. svcav. What table in this database stores the credentials of the orchestrator? What? Talking about agent repositories? Okay. What was the name of it again? ma.db. And what type of files often contain stored credentials on hosts? I don't know. So see Active Directory, ma.db. What type of files also contain stored credentials on host? Configuration files. Configuration files? Okay, cool. So we complete all that. We're going to conclude it like right there. This guy still has yet to come back yet. That's good. And we shouldn't be turning the SMB server off because that would be a different attack vector. That would be an NTLM relay, right? We turn that off, but because we're getting the net NTLM hashes, we're not getting the NTLM relay hashes. So we're not getting NTLM hashes. We're supposed to be getting net NTLM hashes because it actually says, yeah, focus on net NTLM authentication used by SMB. So if we're going to get net NTLM hashes, then we would have to leave SMB on. Right? So we're not actually receiving anything from here, are we? Let's see for events, client IP. Let's see if it's actually listed for events and all that stuff. Let's see for events. Current session variables, generic options, responder IP, okay. Random, tunnel 0, responder machine name, Okay, whatever, responder DC port, okay, whatever. So we should get that back like right there, but we're not seeing that anywhere in there. NTLM password spraying attack. If we're doing an NTLM password spraying attack, let's see here. Should be able to use crack-map-exec for that, I think. LDAP. Well, if we're using LDAP, wait a second. Exit out here. Exit out here. Couldn't we do a, for LDAP, couldn't we also do a username and password list and get it like that? Crack map exec, LDAP, tag view, username text, tag P, change me 123. And we want to send it at, this is going to be for the LDAP server one. This one's going to be for, not the net NTLM stuff. This one's going to be for the LDAP server one, which was the printer one, right? Printer.za at tryhackme.com. So let's go ahead and do a NS lookup for that. Ten 254.201. Can we do that like right there? Actually, no, it was password 1, wasn't it? That's not going to work like right there, is it? Ah, did we actually find something? Yeah. For LDAP, like right there, we actually found something right there also. But that doesn't answer our LDAP questions now, does it? So we're not able to get a user or a, which we had that same exact problem with Holo actually. So we had that same exact issue with Holo. I just don't think that TryHackMe is the best with automated users. Using the attack box now, responder services will be able to start since other services are already using those ports. However, this will not impact the task. Make sure you specify tunnel 0 or tunnel 1, depending on which tunnel your network IP. Responder will now listen for any LLMNR, MDT, or WPAT requests that are coming in. We will leave responder run for a bit on a real LAN. However, in our case, we have to simulate this poisoning by having one of our servers attempt to authenticate to machines on the VPN. Leave responding run for a bit, average 10 minutes, get some fresh air, and you should receive an SPT with a responder used to entice and extract. It will look something like this. But you won't, though. And I have actually seen, there's a password list. Do we have to use this password? Oh, that password is probably to crack the password, huh? Crack the password with those guys, huh? Well, I don't think we're going to be able to do the LLMNR poisoning. Let's try it. Let's see if we do LLMNR without responder. I don't think we can. I don't know of any other tools. Responder, responder, responder. But we do show it. I do show it in another video in my PMPT stuff, which we actually go into the machine, we do some stuff, and then it sends it back to the net NTLM just to, you know, speed up the process there. But it doesn't look like this one's going to work for us this time. Yep, so when they mistype an SMB, it goes out to try to find it. Responder says, yeah, that's me. And then it comes back, huh? Thought I did it with verbose on. SMB server is on. I shouldn't have to do anything with SMB2. It shouldn't be anything like that. It should just be straight up. Just this like right here. And that should be it. But we're going to let that guy run again. A few minutes and we'll see what happens here. Other than that, I might just have to look this one up. Where do they have it? Breaching AD walkthrough. Part 2. Try hack me live. Breaching AD Part 2. Let's see if this guy gets it. Tyler Ramsbay. Let's see if he gets it. I guess follow him. Unfollow me, follow him. Responder tech I, ton 0. Okay, so typed in the same exact stuff that we did. I kind of want to see what he has turned on. Because for some reason it's not working for us. Yes, that is responder. Okay, he actually shows, actually just types it in at first, then he shows what he has on after that. He might have messed it up. Responder.conf file.
Why do you always gotta make videos when you do toothbrushing?
Because they're awesome.
Who is that guy? Are you actually talking
I don't
to
know.
him?
No, I'm not actually talking to him. For some reason, this attack doesn't work. But they have the same exact attack on another box and it doesn't work.
Are you making a video?
Yeah. I mean, you're in it now. Congratulations.
You're making a video watching his YouTube?
Well, I'm watching. Yeah, well, I gotta see what the heck this guy did, like right here, because he has SMB server turned on. Okay, that's what I figured. No, because this attack doesn't work, so I'm seeing, did anyone else actually get it ever to work? And supposedly he gets stuff back for some reason. We never got anything back. Like I said the other day, we didn't get any, the other streamer that was doing this also, he didn't get anything back. I don't know why he's copied all that.